Greetings, historians, and welcome back to House of Ideas Historian. First and foremost, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. You guys are truly superheroes. I know that my dad was my hero growing up, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Marvel has a long history of reflecting life. I just talked about that in this video right here, but this time is a little bit different. There are all sorts of dads out there. You don't have to be the birth father to be the dad. You don't have to be around 100% of the time to be the dad, and you don't necessarily have to be in a partnership with someone else to be a dad. That's what I love about Marvel, because we see this in so many different ways. So I'm going to talk about a couple different types of dads that the Marvel Universe has. I'm going to tell you about that right now. Let's start with the pinnacle of the Marvel Universe when it comes to dads, Reed Richards. The Fantastic Four has always been a family. From the start, they've been known as the first family of Marvel. This family dynamic grew in Fantastic Four Annual number 3 in 1963. Here, we see Reed Richards and Sue Storm married. In the years since, we've seen the Richards family grow. Through the years, Valeria and Franklin were added to the picture. Reed is a family man first and foremost. Personally, I saw this first in the pages of Secret Wars in 2015, and in New Avengers leading up to the Secret Wars. When the Illuminati had enough and refused to kill any more Earths to save their own, we had a very sobering shot of all the members of the Illuminati enjoying what they thought to be their final moments on Earth. Reed elected to spend his time with his family. In Secret Wars, we see the moment Reed thought his family was lost. The anguish was palpable. We see Reed fight to get his family back throughout the event. At the end, Reed is able to succeed in this quest. The final shots of Secret Wars, we see Reed united with his family. This is why Reed is one of Marvel's greatest dads. Fathers come in all shapes and sizes. We see this very heavily in Rick Remender's run in Captain America in 2012. The premise for this one is a little bit weird, even for comic books. Steve Rogers finds himself in a new dimension, created and controlled by Arnim Zola, Dimension Z. In this world, Arnim has cloned a family for himself. In the beginning of the run, Steve Rogers finds and saves a baby boy. In this new dimension, Steve raises the child on his own. We watch Steve and Ian grow up together. There are plenty of shots of Steve when Ian is a young boy learning about the world. Remender is really able to grasp the love Steve has for Ian, even if Ian is not his son by blood. This was super impactful and shows that blood relation isn't the only indication of a father. The book ends a bit weird, with Steve living an entire lifetime but then coming back from the dimension as if no time has passed. Chronicles of Narnia style. Ian went on to take on the identity of Nomad. The story itself is still what's super important to me, because it really shows what a great father Steve was to Ian. Another example of differing father figures would be Ares, the god of war, and his son Phobos. Ares raised his son Alexander alone as a single father. Ares may be a god, but that doesn't make raising of a son any easier. In fact, it might make it a step harder. In the Ares God of War miniseries, we see the lengths that Ares takes to get Alex back when he is stolen by a rival Japanese deity. We see his fatherly protectiveness again in Dark Avengers number 9. Alex had been recruited by Nick Fury to join the Secret Warriors. However, Alex kept this secret from his dad. When Ares noticed his son getting on a bike with a stranger, that of Daisy Johnson, Ares went on a warpath, thinking his son was getting taken again. We see a clash between Ares and the Secret Warriors. Eventually, Alex comes clean with his dad. Ares, although apprehensive of his son going into dangerous situations, respects his decision. We really see Ares' love for Alex in these books. It's really clear that Ares tries to make the best life for Alex on Earth, even though he is from Olympus and the ways of Earth are a little foreign to him. I love this book so much because I love the character of Ares, but I love seeing shots of Ares with Alexander in their apartment. It gives us a good shot of what life could be and is for many single fathers. The last dad I want to talk about is Scott Lang. Scott is not a perfect dad. He has made mistakes in his life. This is shown very well in the movies Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Scott did time in prison, but has turned his life around after this. Through all of this, his love for Cassie has always been present. Although he's separated from her mom, Scott is always there for Cassie when need be. There are two examples that show this more than any other. The first comes from Marvel Cinematic Universe. Paul Rudd is such a brilliant actor and portrays a great dad. I love seeing him in these movies. But the one moment that really stands out for me is in Avengers Endgame. Scott Lang comes back from the quantum realm to find a world very different than the place that he had left. When he found out that half of the world had disappeared, he was in a panic. We see him desperately searching and searching for one name only: Cassie Lang. He may not be Cassie's full-time dad, but the love for his daughter is real. There are plenty of comic book examples as well, but a very recent example came from the 2017 Secret Empire event. At this point, Cassie is a full-fledged superhero on her own stature. But Scott still felt that he needed to get Cassie out of the country to keep her safe from Hydra. This was a brave move to keep her in a different country, to keep her safe while he was still fighting here in America. The heartbreaking moment comes later though. Cassie is captured by Hydra and is used as leverage. Scott breaks down and works for Hydra as a spy in order to keep her safe. He was put in an impossible situation: his country or his family. He chose Cassie. His choices led to the destruction of the Mount, but he later atoned for his actions. Scott is and always has been a flawed character, but his love for Cassie has always been true. I love Marvel. There are so many heartwarming moments and truly touching things that come out of the House of Ideas. So the fact that they have really great representation for different types of dads is truly amazing. I know that there's more out there that I did not bring up. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Who is your favorite Marvel dad? For now, thank you so much for watching. I love doing this. If you ever have any questions for me, you can hit me up either in the comments, on my email, or on my socials, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you ever have any questions on what's coming up or a different type of video you want to see, let me know. For now, my next video is going to be my absolute favorite comic book store. Finally, the quarantines are starting to lift and I'm able to get out into the world. So I'm going to Comic Carnival. And I get an exclusive interview with Tim Reynolds. I'm super excited for this video, so keep an eye out for that next week. Excelsior, true believers. Till next time.